Hey everybody, welcome to Muscular Development's coverage of the Romania Musclefest. Just wrapped up in Bucharest, Romania. Earlier, I gave you a little appetizer talking about the judging, couple clips. The main course right now, live from Romania with the man who did all the commentary on the paper for the past 2 days in the dapper suit, Giles Tiger Thomas.
Yes. How you, Ron?
Look at him. Yeah.
I know my voice sounds extra sexy tonight because it's really husky because I've been talking since 9 a.m. this morning.
Good Lord.
And I'm actually quite digging it. So I think I might just do a bit more talking so I keep my voice nice and husky just for you guys.
Wow, look at the press pass and everything. And you have a party to go to after this. Tell me about all I care about is parties.
So we better make this quick. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk away. So like I said, we pretty much left. They were having like a group photo, Lena and Jake and all the Wings of Strength team. I said, guys, Lauren, let's run now. Go back to the hotel, get this done, and by the time they're finished, we'll all meet at the after party and we'll all eat lots of food and have lots of drinks, and it'll be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. So, Jen, I think we should start with the awards. Start from there and go backwards if we can do that.
I think we can do that.
Yeah. Giles doesn't know we can't hear him. So, yeah, this is if you guys don't know, it was a victory for Behrooz Tabani.
Hold on, I gotta kill the volume.
Full name is Behrooz Tabani Abargani from Iran.
We're okay now.
He won. There's going to be two Iranians in the Mr Olympia this year on stage. Hadi Chupan and Behrooz Tabani. Very, very close battle between Behrooz and Brett Wilkin from the USA today. Here we're looking at the awards. So there's Behrooz in the middle there. Everyone else is leaving. He's sitting there with his money, paycheck. Everyone's coming back for a picture now. Yeah, you could see Brett's disappointment because I thought he looked phenomenal on any other given day. Had Behrooz not showed up looking the way he did today, and Giles, I want you to talk about it. I think when I finally watched everything, it looked to me like they were probably in a dead heat after judging. I couldn't call it, but Behrooz showed up fuller, just really popping with the conditioning still there. Giles, how close do you feel it was, and what do you think Behrooz did to seal the deal?
Okay, let's talk about the prejudging first. The prejudging, I thought, okay, I think Brett's got this. Behrooz came out and he was very, very flat, but as he posed, he kind of got a bit better. The condition was good, but I kind of was disappointed because I was expecting more. I was expecting more pop. I was expecting more everything, and I thought, okay, I think he's got second here today, but let's see what happens tonight. So obviously tonight, if you watch the live stream, I was commenting when he was actually stood at the very, literally coming out of backstage. I could see him clearly across the stage. And I said, Lauren, holy shit, what has this guy done? I said, he literally looked kind of like Krizo did in Prague 2 weeks ago. Wow. It looked like it's someone, like he'd inflated, like his chest, his shoulders, and I said, oh my God, what has he done? And he hadn't even hit a pose yet. So straight away, I said, yeah, I even watched the live stream. You see what I saw. And I just couldn't believe it. And as soon as he hit the pose, it was just like when he did his posing routine, it was game over. I said, I don't even need to see Brett. I don't think Brett's going to be able to pull that out the bag enough to get past that. And I looked over and a couple of people, I can't really say actually. They were going Behrooz, and I said, yeah. I said, yeah. He looks like I said. Whatever him and Milos did between the pre-judge and the night show, it was incredible. So, and honestly, I thought it was quite a clear win. But then again, Brett, as towards the end of the end of the finals tonight, he hit like a readable bicep, and I thought, shit, is he starting to get crisper and fuller? Yeah. But by then, it was already game over. I think Behrooz had the win. But Behrooz' condition and everything, and his legs didn't look like a weakness this year because they were a little bit light last year. But what he brought tonight, he peaked beautifully, bang on when he needed to peak. And for me, it was a pretty clear win tonight. But like I said, at the prejudging, it could have gone either way, and I would not have argued.
Yes, I'm just going to read the top six because people are asking about certain athletes. So if you don't hear this person, your favorite guy's name, he wasn't in the top six. Behrooz Tabani was the winner. Brett Wilkin second. Enrico Hoffman third. Jan Turek fourth. Artem Pakhniuk fifth. Pablo Lopez Munoz, new guy, in sixth. So, Roman did not make top six. I thought he looked, and I commented earlier when I was doing the judging wrap up, and I hadn't seen the judging, so my bad. I didn't realize Roman had improved. He had substantially thickened up the upper body. So I didn't think that was even possible at his stage of development and experience. I thought this is as good as he's going to get. And his legs are phenomenal, his condition, but his upper body is never going to be anywhere near matching those legs. And he's closing the gap. I don't know how much bigger he can get, but man, yeah, I thought he could have been in top 6. What do you think, Giles?
I was surprised. I was surprised he didn't make top 6 because, like I said, for me, he was probably one of the biggest surprises of the entire show today. Like I said, it was only the Chicago, was it Indy? I know he definitely did Chicago. He did a couple, but he made like 6th place in both, 5th or 6th. But like you said, he was very light in the upper body. His legs are great. His condition's always great. But when he walked out, I was like, holy shit, he looks like he's put about 20 pounds of muscle on in 6 months. I mean, and the condition was still good. I still think he needs more back, but I was surprised he wasn't in top 6. I thought he was going to get around 5th, 6th place. But I tell you what, I've got to hand it to him because, like I said, this guy has been getting the knocks from people like ourselves in the last few years saying, should he go to 12 or classic? And I tell you what, the guy looked absolutely enormous tonight. He was big, he was full, he was conditioned. And now the upper body and the lower body, it flowed, it looked great. So I was surprised. I was surprised to not see him in the top 6. So, but like I said, huge surprise, huge shock, and I was so impressed. So good job. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and just to throw it out there, Brett Wilkin is apparently, as someone was saying, was it in our chat? I don't even know where it was, but he is doing the show it's Spain in 2 weeks, right? Another show in Spain.
Okay.
So assuming everyone's gone that could beat him, he could pick up his 2023 Olympic qualification in 2 weeks. Wouldn't have to worry about it.
That is a very, very smart move. That's a very smart move. And I'm glad he's done that because it means it this prep hasn't gone to waste because he got second in a really tough pro show. He could have won it. He took a gamble. He rolled the dice. He came all the way from America to come and do this, and he chose it specifically because it was the last qualifier for the Olympia and he thought he could get the win. And he nearly did. He very nearly did. It wouldn't have been like a shocker if he had have won. So it was like he took a gamble. It didn't quite pay off. But then I really, really hope, what's he going to do? Stay in Europe or maybe go back and fly back?
That's my question. Yeah, actually it was in the chat, somebody said it. Now I remember. Yeah, it was in the chat. Someone said that. That's a long way to go back and forth. That with only not even 2 weeks to go. So I don't know. Maybe he will stay there.
Well, but then again, look what Samson did for the Arnold in the Boston 1 week apart. He flew back and then he flew on the Tuesday and then he flew back on the Friday, Saturday. He actually looked better than he did at the Arnold. So it's achievable. So if he's willing to do the traveling, then do it. Like I said, 2 weeks is actually, it's not 1 week, it's not too bad. Yeah. But I would be surprised. Yeah, that's a really smart move. He does get the big man weekend in Alicante. And gets a win, then he can shut it down all the way until the Olympia next year. So I'm really, really glad to hear that because, like I said, I saw him and he looked so disappointed and he looked really deflated and just kind of like, oh shit, I put all my eggs in one basket here, and it hasn't paid off. So yeah, I would say he's obviously one of the favourites to go in and win. And like I said, then like I said, he can shut it down. So it's I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, we're looking at him on stage, his posing routine right now, and this is a lot better than he looked at the Arnold back in March. Much better. I think he was probably about the same size. I don't think he's put any mass on necessarily, but his conditioning, he was able to get that balance of conditioning and fullness, whereas at the Arnold, he definitely gave up a little bit of the condition, which would have killed him. If he had done that again today, it wouldn't have even been close. Behrooz just would have stomped all over him. Because his condition was impeccable. Go for it.
Can I make a comment about Brett? I don't like his posing. I think his posing is really sloppy. I don't like his posing routine. I didn't like the way he hits the poses. I feel like his physique is incredible, but I don't think he really displays it to the best of its ability. And I feel like even in the prejudging, and also a lot of stuff was sweating, and there was a lot of I don't like that. I think that's quite when he wiped the sweat off and he came back on, he looks incredible. But I feel like it's a little bit amateurish, some of the things he's doing. And now he's a top pro and he's looking to break into that kind of pro show winning top 10 Olympia, kind of echelon. I really feel like he needs to really brush up on his posing because he looks a bit awkward and shaky and kind of like he's not really known what he's doing on stage. So I really feel like he needs to put in some serious work on his posing, on how he hits the compulsories, how he does transitions. And I think it will really, really benefit him for the future.
I hope. Okay, go for it.
Hi, guys. I just have a quick request from chat. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but there's a request about women's figure. This is from Chad Brignall in chat right now. They want to know what the first call out was and who won women's figure. Also, their friend Jennifer Reese was in the first call out.
Lauren, where did Jennifer Reese place in the figure? Can you remember? Okay. I think she got a good placing, third or fourth. I haven't got the results written down, but I do have the competitor sheets. The pro figure was won by Rejoice Godwin in Spain. Lauren interviewed her.
Rejoice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Rejoice, yeah. So obviously there was a lot of puns on rejoicing.
What a great name.
So Lauren, can you come over and just because obviously Lauren interviewed us straight off because Lauren was doing all the winner interviews for Wings of Strength. So Lauren got to speak to Rejoice, so she's the one you want to speak to.
Hello. Everyone, the host of Buff Bombshell, Ms. Lauren Lauder.
Yeah, not a parrot on my shoulder.
I'm
so Lauren, tell us about Rejoice.
Yeah. So Rejoice actually turned pro in Spain earlier this year in June. It's her first pro season. And she's done 3 pro shows now. And this is the first one that she's won, qualified, and she is going to Mr. Olympia.
Clear winner.
Yeah, cool. All right. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you. We had no idea.
Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah. And I was really pleased to see the British athlete Scarlett Hollands, who's her first pro season, partner of Rob Cannon, who was in the men's open. Oh. And she got top 6. She got 6th place. So that was a real, because she'd been getting like 11th, 12th, 13th. And I thought she looked absolutely tremendous. So she got 6th place. It was nice to see a British athlete in her pro debut season making top 6 in a big show, because she was absolutely over the moon with that. So that was a really nice highlight for us.
Right on. How about we take a look at a couple more routines from the Open, if we could. We'll want to get through the Open, get done with that. Enrico Hoffman, if we could take a look at Enrico, Jen, that was our 3rd place. And this is
Branch Warren's stunt double.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the movies, when you see Branch jump from building to building or something, that's not Branch. That's actually Enrico.
Oh, Rod.
Oh, and the jokes keep coming. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. It's 9:20 and they're still coming.
Oof. Yeah, Enrico, this is what, like his 3rd or 4th show in almost as many weeks.
Hang on, he was 4th in the Yamamoto, the one that James Hollins had won. Yeah. Then he was he did Prague and he was 5th or 6th there, and I was disappointed with that because I thought he was a clear top 3. And then he what did he get in Spain last week? What did he get? Was it 4th or 5th, something like that? But again, it wasn't like a top 3 placing. So when I saw him out today, I was like, I could see by the way they were positioning him, I thought, okay, I'm really happy about this, because it looks like Enrico's finally going to get some love and he's going to crack the top 3 in his first year, his first season as an Open. Because don't forget, this guy was a 212 before.
Right. Yeah. So that's pretty amazing. Upper body so thick and dense on this gentleman, Enrico. But I'm going to say he needs more quad sweep. More quad sweep, Enrico.
Yeah, but his quads are good his legs are good from the side and the back, but it's just from the front. They lack that kind of width and sweep. But I tell you what, the one thing that really, really makes my eyes pop out on Storks is when he hits that riddle bicep. And it's his delts. I mean, the delt, the dimensions of them, from the top front delt to the back to the rear delt, it's like a foot.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
Incredible.
4th place in Europa. Yeah.
So he's cracking top 3 now.
Here he goes. I think this is, So right now I'm looking at that rear delt bicep, and each deltoid seems to be roughly the size of his cranium. Good job. Good job, Enrico. Yeah. And I
stripey as well, very stripy delts.
Stripy delts. If you guys aren't using hashtag stripy delts or make delts stripy again, it's time to start. We need to get this thing going. Giles came up with it, but we hate to see those big bloofy, blown out synthol delts. We love the striated, stripy delts, so we want that back.
Yeah. And guys, you the ones who are doing it, you know who you are. Stop it, or I'm coming for you with my hashtag.
Jen, could we look at Jan Turek from, where is he from? Slovakia?
I literally just spoke to him.
Czech Republic, of course. What am I thinking? Jan, it's probably Jan Turek. Yeah, Jan was 4th place here. He was 2nd place to Krizo, correct?
Correct. Yeah. He was second. Like I said, this was a guy that was just about cracking 6th places in these kinds of shows. Took a very, very solid 2nd place in Prague 2 weeks ago, and took 4th place. In fact, at the pre-judging, I thought he'd blown it. He didn't look very good at the pre-judging, but he did exactly what he did in Prague, and he improved a lot for the night shows. I literally just told him like 30 minutes ago. I went up to him and I said, you must be happy with the 2nd and 4th. He said, I'm very, very happy. And I said, you look so much better for the night show. I said, if you look like that, the pre-judging, I says, who knows? I mean, I think 4th place was fair, and he is happy with that. But I love his balance. I love his symmetry, his conditioning. I felt like he was a tiny, like few % sharper in Prague. But like I said, I think there's a guy, as he puts a little bit more size on, keeps progressing. I think he's going to be a threat.
Yeah, that kneeling shot he did right there, that exposed. He needs more arms for sure, more triceps, more hamstrings. He's a work in progress. He looks like a young guy. Is he as young as I think he is?
I don't know. I didn't know his age.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to guess late 20s maybe. He's definitely young. A young dude, has plenty of room and time to grow. So Jan Church from Czech Republic. The only other guy I want to really take a good look at, did not make top 6, is from China. On Instagram, he's Shuming Yan. On the score sheet says Liang.
Yeah.
Come on, Chinese people, help me out with the pronunciation. Liang Yan. Liang Yan. Again, you can find him on Instagram at Xiaoming, SHOUMING.Yan. But this guy, so Giles saw him yesterday turn pro, and I thought he might be a light heavyweight because he's so short, but he's so thick. Apparently, he is 100 kilos on the dot, which is 220 pounds to us knuckleheads in America. And good Lord, I'm guessing he's like 5'4", if that, just looking at him. He's like another Lunsford. Look at the thickness on this guy and the shape. Good Lord. And Giles kept saying, and I totally agree, if he's 220 there, drop 8 pounds and you're going to be destroying people in the 212 now, not next year, not 5 years from now. Now you will be kicking people's asses in the 212. But yeah, he's a little blurry. You saw, and Giles said, you said he was better yesterday, which makes sense.
Yeah, he was.
He peaked for yesterday. You can't, I guess you could peak, but he wasn't prepared to compete today necessarily. But goodness gracious, he was, I think he was in first call out because there were 6 guys. Yeah, there's 6 or 7 guys. He was in first call out. I mean, I'm guessing he might around me about 7th, 8th place, but top 10 in his first pro show, day after turning pro. Yeah. It's funny when he walks out and he looks relaxed. He looks kind of disappointing, and then as soon as he hits a pose, it's like, whoa! I mean, he blows minds. This guy. Wow. I mean, he's just. I don't know what. One minute you're like. Your eyes are just going crazy at his legs, and then it's his arms, and it's his back, his shoulders, his chest. I mean, the guy is just an absolute flat-out monster. And if you notice, who put him on the group chat about 3 days ago? MD group chat. You did, didn't you? yeah. The guy, remember the guy in the tank top? And I said, guys, we're going to watch out for this guy. I said, I'm from what I'm seeing, just what I'm seeing from these 2 little snippets, I said, this guy's going to be dangerous in the amateur in the Romania this weekend. So he was an absolute, he was a huge crowd favorite. But my God, and if he is 100 kilos, I tell you what, he needs to do 1 year at least in the 212, and then probably just needs to do what Lunsford and Bonac did, and Hadi did, and then just let himself just go crazy in the open. So I would. Look, do you think he needs more? Do you think he can get? I guess he could get bigger. He looks like he's a young guy. But I mean, even if he's coming in 225 and in harder condition, he's going to look crazy in the open. But I think almost to see how he looks really refined and really kind of chiseled down. I think 8 pound, he would just look. I mean, imagine him in any 212. Imagine him walking out in a 212 lineup and seeing him. I mean, it's going to be like Sean Corrida, shocking. Yeah. But I want to see more refinement, and I think 8 pounds off would really achieve that. Yeah, it's cool. This is like another. We have, on one hand, we have so many pro qualifiers. Someone's turning pro like every 5 minutes now. And most of them aren't noteworthy, but every couple months you get someone like this where you're just like, wow, this guy's gonna be great, a great pro. Monster. Yeah, monster. Jen, what do we have for 212? I think we should give them a little bit of love, the 212 bodybuilders today. I think let's do that. So 212 was a competitive lineup today as well. The results of that were Radoslav Angelov in first, who just won. What country did he just win a show in?
Spain.
Spain. It's getting there. God, that's so many shows.
Ron, it was only last week, mate.
I know. I'm the worst. Second place. Oh, I should be able to pronounce this. Give me some boy. Where's the last
Vladimir.
name? Vladimir Yak. It's with a Y. It's with an I. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong list. That's why. So it's Vladimir Yakovlev. Tremendous back on this guy. Yeah, that was second place. Third place, Thomas Tabassier, who Giles had him in the running for the win, and I agree. That guy looked phenomenal.
I had him win in Prague.
Yeah, I mean, he's from Slovakia, Krizo's backyard. So Tomas, this guy's going nowhere but up. What was he, second in Prague, right?
He was second in Prague, and I if you listen to the live stream there in Prague, I had him as a winner. You know, Peter Molnar was great, but then Peter Molnar kind of came better for the night show. But I was really, because I really wanted to see him in the Olympia this year. But I think when I've looked at pictures, there's a bit of a disparity in size between his left leg and his right leg, and I feel like the judges are really penalised him for it. So. And he seems to come out really strong at the start, and then he kind of fades. But tonight, I mean, his readable bicep is head to toe from his traps down to his calves. I mean, it's such an impressive sight to see. He's a beautiful physique, Thomas. I'm just really disappointed that he didn't get a win and he didn't get to the Olympia, because obviously Radoslav, fantastic 2 wins here, but he was already qualified, so I kind of was rooting for Thomas.
Yeah. Okay. So, and fourth place was Daniel Stico from Italy. He's done a few shows this year. Fifth place, Amir Majid. He is from United Arab Emirates. And sixth place, Zoran Kolevsky, and he is from Macedonia, which I believe is where Alexander the Great was from, who conquered the world at the age of like 12 or something. So
he wasn't in the show.
So congrats to Radoslav. That's two wins in a row. He's qualified a couple times now. He's not qualified for the Open. He didn't do an Open show, did he? No, that's Angel. So, but yeah, I thought this Tomas guy had the best potential of the group, as far as someone I'd want to see more of in the future, for sure.
I saw Radoslav earlier on. We were walking back to the venue in the hotel here downstairs, and he said, Giles, he said, the Chinese guy, is he at 212? I said, no, you don't have to worry. I said, he's doing the Open. He went, oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think the guy's going to be able to drop 8 pounds overnight. I says, I think you're good. I think you're good to go, mate.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a cool matchup, but I probably would have given it to Liang. Honestly, I love that guy's physique. Was he that much softer today than yesterday? Because I didn't watch.
It did look. The thing is, sometimes when you see an amateur lineup, they're up against amateurs. Then when they walk out with pros, it's another level up. So sometimes, I mean. When he first walked out relaxed, I was like, oh, he's softer. And his tan wasn't great. I didn't like his tan. I felt like he needed a more professional tan and more sheen, another layer of tan. I think it would have really set his physique off. And he's one of these guys, he reminds me of like Ronnie Coleman when I saw him at the British Grand Prix in 2004. When he stands there relaxed, he looks soft. And then when he poses, he comes out and he actually just does anything. He flexes anything. It's just things start happening, But the guy's so thick and so round. When those kind of guys with that amount of muscle look relaxed, they look really soft and really out of shape. And then when they pose, everything just goes boom.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually not uncommon. I've seen that phenomenon multiple times where someone standing there, I'm like, oh no, they didn't bring it. And then once they hit a pose, like, oh, never mind, he's fine.
I tell you, it was like that. Chris Cormier.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Pose and then everything, the magic happens,
Chris was infamous for going out and partying hard the night before contests at clubs.
Ron, that's where you and me got it from.
Well, yeah, no, I think I was actually with Chris at some of those instances.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I say when I talk about these things, I'm not judging. I was right there next to these people. So I inhaled, I did it all. So whatever. Let's go to the chat, get a few questions done, and then I want to get Giles and Lauren to that party because I want some footage from the party on the MD Instagram.
Yeah. We had a nice lunch with Jake Wood today as well. That was really cool. I had a nice chat about, because obviously they're bringing the Masters Olympia back next August to Cluj in Romania. Nice. So that was interesting to hear that from the man himself. So and he bought us dinner. I tried to pay, but he wouldn't let us, so he bought us dinner. So I really appreciate that. But big thank you there to Jake. What a lovely guy. I love Jake and Lena. They're such wonderful people. Tim Gardner and all the whole Wings of Strength team. They've just made it feel so welcome.
Jake is 6'11". Yeah.
They rock.
Hey, Rock.
Oh, sorry. Go on. Sorry, Ron.
I was going to get to some of the questions in the chat and then let you guys go. First, let's give Giles and me a compliment. Arnold, best two to ever do it, Ron and Giles, gentlemen in the game. I know, right? Next one. Thank you, Arnold. We appreciate that.
Stroke the ego a bit.
How did Rob do? It's me, TC wants to know, how did Rob Cannon do?
I didn't make top 10 because he didn't get to pose, but I'm guessing, he was obviously out of the top 10, but he looked good. He looked he's so thick. His legs, his shoulders, his traps are just ridiculous. There's so much going on in his traps. I mean, he's just like, he's really, really like per pound per square inch. He's not that far behind someone like Liang Chang. He's really thickly muscled. He just needs to bring up the chest, try and bring the waist in a little bit, refine. But, so anyway, yeah, I like his first pro season. So he's had, I think he's had 11th and 12th, and he did the Arnold UK, he did Alicante, and now he's done this one. So he's really putting himself out there. And I think it's, I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings next year. And Scarlett, his lady who got sick tonight in the figure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she looked really good.
We've seen so many guys over the years who were 10th through 15th in their first few pro shows. And then as time went on, they climbed the ranks rapidly once they figured things out.
Have you ever heard of Ronnie Coleman?
No, who's that? It sounds familiar.
Yeah, he was Connie Rollman. It was my dinner lady at school.
Connie Rollman. I talk to kids at the gym, and they all know Bumstead. I go, what about Ronnie Coleman? They're like, huh? Who's that? I'm like,
Ron, do you know how to solve that?
That's tragic.
Train at a different gym, mate. They're not worth your time. They're not worth your breath, your speech. If they don't know who Ronnie Coleman is, they're dead to us.
I like that gym a lot, though. So, Bayshore Athletic Club. Shout out to my buddies there.
Did all the guys have top knots?
What's a top knot? Oh, the
man bun. The man
No,
bun.
but they just had to institute a law that you have to wear your shirt in the gym, because there were 4 high school kids last week training shirtless, filming everything, sweating all over the equipment, the benches, and leaving their pimply adolescent sweat all over the place. Someone went up to the front desk. She goes, I didn't want to say anything, but there's a bunch of kids back there, and they've had their shirts off for like an hour. They're leaving their sweat all over the place. So the front desk girl, Amy, goes over and says, guys, you need to put your shirts on. And one of them cussed her out. Who the F are you? So she called up the owner, Tim. He goes, kick them out, revoke their memberships. They're gone. So anyway, back to the
I'm very happy to hear this.
Cheers from Brazil, MD Magazine. That was from João Gabriel. João is like John, I believe, because that's a guy that owns a landscaping company, does my lawn. Is João. I'm sure I'm effing that name up badly. Joao with the little squiggle over the A. Frankfurt, big difference from the footage compared to see them live? Oh, I'm sure. Behrooz was clear first winner according to the scorecard. Wow. Are you surprised to hear that? That it sounds, I don't know if this is true. I haven't seen the scorecard, but if he got all first place votes on the score sheet, Giles, would you agree with that?
No.
No? Yeah, I thought that
no, the night show 100%, but at the judging, I think it would have been, I think Brett actually had, I'm pretty sure Brett had the pre-judging. I do. I think he was in, like Behrooz, I think Behrooz like completely cleared the fence tonight. I mean, he really pulled it out the bag. I mean, it was almost as shocking as what Krizo did in Prague two weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean,
when he hit that frontal bicep, it's like a whoa, it was like there was some shock. It was a shocking pose, and his side shots, he was thicker than Brett. He was more detailed. His glutes, his back, everything was popping, But I thought it was a clear win tonight. But at the pre-judging, it could have gone either way. Yeah.
So tomorrow morning, all the score sheets are typically up on ifbbpro.com.
Oh.
They give you the score sheets so you can take a good look at them yourself. Who are we looking at here? Is this Behrooz? Behrooz Tabani. That's our winner. That's our new gentleman going into the last guy to qualify for the 2022 Olympia. Someone's saying, Tony Ruggiero says Frankfurt. He's asking, was it Behrooz, the width of his back and taper that made him the clear winner? Was Frankfurt there? Oh, because I guess, no, Frankfurt wasn't there live. He was asking, I think, Giles, if it was very different seeing it live versus the footage. And it always is. Yeah. And I've had this discussion with like Chickarillo and a few other people, because the fans think we're full of crap when we say you had to be there. Anytime you're looking at a screen, even if it's, what do they got, like 5K, 10K, 20K now? I don't know. It's always 2-dimensional. Whereas when you're there in person, you're seeing it in 3 dimensions. It is totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did have his name up badly, says Cesar. Yeah, I do that a lot, man. I mean, I barely speak English. Give me a break. So Fritz says, if Behrooz make it to the O, where is he landing? Top 15? I mean,
do you know what? That's where I'm gonna have to think about because I need to just digest it and think about it. Give me a couple of days, and I'll do a report on hot news on Globe Muscle.
Oh, Ricky Murray wants me to read his comment, his snide remark about you. He wants to know if you're an Undertaker. He's talking about the suit. How dare you? It's a lovely suit. Come on now.
Brand new. It's like it literally arrived 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's a lovely.
Actually, I'm going to take the tie off now. Actually, I'm going to take it off. I'm going to get into party mode now. So,
do you have like jeans and an Affliction T-shirt? No.
No.
It's my old.
My name's not Ron Harris.
I wouldn't wear that now, but I mean that was my go-to party outfit for quite a while.
It's a very snazzy suit.
It is.
Thank you. I like. I haven't done a black suit for about 10 years. Well, I bought one about 10 years ago, and I fancy another one because I want to wear the same one I wore to Hungary and Prague. So.
Ricky must be. He sounds like his fellow. He sounds like a fellow Brit. Ricky, not snide. Having a giggle. Is having a giggle? Is that like a British?
That's cool. Yeah, he's fine.
Slang.
Cool.
Yeah. We love you,
That's
Ricky.
Cool.
We're glad you're on the chat, man. Branch, get over here. Could you believe I have Branch Warren here in my house? No, it's actually Branch the dog.
Wow, turned him into a dog.
No, Branch, get over here. Branch, come here.
Oh, here he comes. Hi, Branch.
Say hi. Get up.
Have you got another dog called Johnny?
No, I should. But you get up.
Right.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah, it was between Branch and Dexter were the two name choices we had it narrowed down to.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't think where you got the inspiration for the names though, Ron. I mean, I've always felt like I've never felt like you've lacked creativity, but you know.
Well, I mean, doesn't he look like a Branch?
He's so cute.
What would you call him, a Fido?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a good boy. He's a pit bull mix. He's a rescue. Here in America, we always have to make a point to say he's a rescue. That makes you better than somebody that paid for their dog. makes you morally superior. I'm a better person. So, yeah, I think we'll wrap it up.
I've got red wine to drink, Ron, and I'm my red wine reserves in my blood have actually gone to healthy levels now. And we had a couple too many last night. And oh, hang on, I got a message from Alina. See you guys at 10 at the after party. Oh no, that's the 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, let's let you guys. You need to change. I don't think you want to be in the suit you've been in for the past.
Oh no, I like staying in the suit. I'm staying in the suit.
Oh, okay. Well, is that your Olympia suit, or you have a different suit for the Olympia?
I'm going to buy a new one for the Olympia, of course.
Behrooz brought it. Says Omid.
I'm going to wear a tiger striped one to the Olympia, right?
What about just like a solid color suit, but like a tiger striped tie?
Oh, there you go.
Lauren, are you hearing this?
No.
Tiger striped tie, and then the tiger striped pocket square. I like it, Ron.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're the brains of this operation.
That's for Saturday. That's going to be for the Saturday night finals. Don't waste it on Friday.
Do you know what, Ron? We're speaking it into existence. I'm going to do it.
That will look cool.
I can't wait.
You should do it.
Yeah. I always let him be the better dressed one because I don't have. I got that one suit. That's all I got.
Yes, Ron. You always let me.
I let you. Yeah, because if I really wanted to, I could outdress Giles.
Of course you could, Ron.
If I went to the Kingsman place in that Kingsman movie and they hooked me up, yeah. So yeah, let's let Giles and Lauren go to the party and enjoy it because they have done a lot of work these past 2 days and nights over there in Bucharest for Jake Wood, Tim Gardner, Wings of Strength, doing an awesome job on commentary. I bought the pay-per-view. I was listening to their commentary. Just very few people can call a show the way Giles can. He's been doing this forever, and he's got an eye like very few people in this industry could ever hope to have. So with that being said, Giles, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. In addition to your other duties you're already doing over there, you're a dude. You're a good guy, Giles. I like you.
Thank you.
All right. That will wrap it up. Live from Romania over there. I'm over in Boston, Massachusetts, 7 hours behind, but thankfully we did have the man himself, Giles, right there live in Bucharest, Romania at the Romania Musclefest. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you at the next one right here on Muscular Development. Hey, did you like that video? Smash that like button, subscribe to MD, and please comment down below. Thanks for watching.